Hello everyone, I'm Shangol Samefeva. I will be talking on the topic of OM-AMP for web shaping. We already know that the circuit diagram for OM-AMP is this. We have plus, minus this output, and we have this non-inverting terminal, and this is inverting terminal. We got V minus. This is a circuit diagram for OM-AMP. We know that OM-AMP, often known as operational amplifier, is a DC coupled high gain electronics voltage with a differential output and usually a single-ended output. It is integrated circuit that can amplify weak electrical signal. It can amplify weak electric signal. Web shaping for OM-AMP. Web shaping circuit are electronic circuit which produce the desired shape of an output from applied input form. It has mainly two functions. Number one, it attenuate the applied wave, and number two, altered the DC level of the applied wave. It has two types. Number one, clipper, and number two, clamper. We have for clipper. A clipper is an electronic circuit that produces output by removing a part of input above or below the reference value. It has positive clipper and number two, negative clipper. This positive clipper is a which clip only the positive portion of the input signal, and the clipper level is determined by reference voltage, which is less than the input VR range of the OM amplifier. The output voltage has the portion of positive half cycles reference like this. We have this for positive. We got this waveform, and for positive clipper it will clip like, let's say it's 5 volt. If it is clip in 3 volt, it will clip in 3 volt here like this. It will go like this. The waveform will clip at 3 volt. The circuit diagram for positive clipper goes like this. It will have, this is given to a then it will be emitted to a diode. This is output. We have VCC or VCC, or then this is VC. This is positive, this is negative, which in turn this is not positive, this is positive. We have supply from BI. Then this VCC will be connected to this R2 and R1. So this is this is the diagram for a positive clipper. Similarly, we will do for a negative clipper also. In negative clipper, it will clip only the negative part of the waveform. If like this, if we have this waveform, and here is 5 and minus 5. If it is told to cut in 3 volt, then the output will come like this. It will be cut off at minus 3 volt, and it will go like this, and so on up to all in this way. The negative clippers that clip only on negative portion of the input signals. For negative clipper circuit diagram, it is same with this positive clipper, but this diode is interchange its position like this. This is for negative, this is for negative, then it is for positive. Then we will be discussing about clamper. A clamper circuit produces an output similar to the input, but it is shift in a DC level of an ohm clamper circuit. However, a predetermined DC level is deliberately inserted in output volt. The clamper is sometimes called DC inverter. Peak-to-peak amplitude of output of a clamper will always equal to that of input. We have two types based on DC shift of input. That is, number one is positive clamper, and second one is negative clamper. We will be discussing about positive clamper. This positive clamper is a clamper circuit that produces an output in such a way that the input signal gets shifted vertically by a positive DC value. We will do the diagram for circuit diagram for clamper. The supply of it is connected to resistance. This is capacitance, will be connected to resistance, and this will be the negative side, and for positive side we have output is connected to diode. This is output. We have VCC minus and VCC plus. Okay. This we have for this is the input waves which is given to the positive clamper, which is a sinusoidal wave. We have V in this, and this is T. After it is given to a positive clamper, the output will be shifted upward, which is this is positive side. It will be shifted upward according to the value given by us. That is like this. It will be shifted upward here. It is similar with negative clamper also. When we give this sinusoidal wave to a negative clamper, it will shift downward. And the value will the output waveform will be like this. And a negative clamper is a clamper circuit that produce an output in such a way that the input signal gets shifted vertically by a negative DC value. For this negative clamper, it is same with this circuit diagram for positive clamper, but the diode get interchanged like this. This is for positive clamper. No, this is for negative clamper and this is for positive clamper. Then we will be talking about application of those ohm amplifier. The main application are: number one, microphone. Clipper prevent overdrive radio transmitted by voice peak. And number two, clipper can be used as voltage limiter. Voltage limiter and amplitude selector. The excessive spike above certain level can be limited for clipper in FM transmitter, which also used in FM transmitter. And one common application for clamper, it is used in television receiver.